Hello folks, and welcome back to another episode of Video Games Roadshow. We are going to be looking at various reproduction boxes, specifically ones among the Donkey Kong franchise. Now this is a collection that was handed into us, and it's not obviously the most expensive or, valuable collection we've received on the show, but I think there is a lot of opportunity for us to look at the options. At the end, we do have a top dollar box, a real crown jewel for box collectors out there. This is the original Donkey Kong 64 box prototype made by Rareware during the beta build of Donkey Kong 64. Let's take a look at this box. Now, this is made by TCG Paper on Etsy, and right off the bat, looking at this box, the value is around $8. Definitely the cheapest. Something to note about this is because it's cheap, the colors are a bit more washed out, less accurate compared to the other boxes, but has some solid brightness levels. You'll notice that the yellow in the outline for Donkey Kong is honestly perfect. Everything else, though, a bit washed out. It's not bad, though. It's still a beautiful box. Great texture, very similar to the feeling that you would find on an original box for the Super Nintendo. I will say, though, these boxes don't come pre-folded. The box is a bit warped. Now, I don't know if that's because of the quality or if it's the fault of the box folder. Now, we do have a picture of the person who folded this box. We'll put up a picture of him right now. Something absolutely great about this box is the price. It's a great display piece. For $8, it comes with a tray to store your game if that is what you'd like. But, if you love the franchise, if you love a game, get a box, the game you love, put it up on a shelf. We have two boxes by, I believe it is Game Box Guy on Etsy. Now these run at around $11, so just a bit more expensive. And you'll notice that the light levels are a bit more, or not the light levels, sorry, the colors are a bit more accurate, but the box itself is a bit darker, and there are some details that are different. For instance, the leaves on the palm trees are different, arrows down lower, go to the back, font is a bit different, and even some of the screenshots, I believe this screenshot on the original box is in the Misty Mines level, I think is what it's called. Right here, though, looks like the first level of the second world. Other than that, not too different. I will say the texture of this is a bit grippy. Not as sleek as the original box, but along with that, though, pro is that this box is very, very durable. It makes it a bit hard to pull this out sometimes, but this box is not going to be getting damaged for a long time, so really a great choice for storing your games. And another thing about these boxes is that they will arrive pre-folded, so we won't have any mistakes with our box folder. Put a picture. Just, let that sink in. But yeah, really fantastic option for storing games, even for display. But again, great option, depending on your price range, what you want to prioritize. We can put this back to back with the TCG Paper box. This Donkey Kong 64 box, again, made by Game Box Guy on Etsy. And again, color values more accurate, but it really just comes down to issues with the lighting levels. It's a bit dark, but if you're okay with that, that's okay. Again, same pros and cons. Very durable, great color values, but it is a bit dark and a bit grippy. Now, comparing this to a box made by Go Box It on Etsy. This one comes in a variety of prices. Now, just for the box and tray itself, it's around $10.50, but you can get a manual included for an extra $12. Now, the brightness levels are a bit too high, but color values are great. The yellow on the Donkey Kong logo just absolutely pop, and it really looks like the way I remember this box looking when I was a bouncing baby boy. Now, I love this box. I love the feel of it. It's very slick, though. You'll notice there's some wear and tear around the edges, and this unfortunately happens very easy with this box, and depending, I guess, some people might like that wear and tear. Might remind them more of the boxes they had growing up, you know, being all rough with it while putting it in the, you know, the console. But that's all I really have to say about this. Really depends. Now for our real sweet treat, ladies and gentlemen, we have the original for Donkey Kong 64. Now, this was made at Rareware during the beta build before the game came out, and you know, by composition, layout, it's very, very similar to the final result. You know, we have the Kongs riding in the minecart. We've got K. Rool. Obviously, K. Rool on this more at the forefront, especially, you know, he has his toes out. Fun fact about the beta build: his toes were supposed to be significantly more of a crucial part of the game. Another thing I want to point out is Lanky Kong here. Definitely looks more true to form. I think he's very freakish, very terrifying, unsettling, abnormal. He looks strange. At a low poly model, I will say he is a bit cute. But you raise that up to high definition, it looks like he should not be for around kids. Go to the sides, very similar. Another very true to life depiction of Lanky Kong right here. We have Donkey Kong, of course, the big ape himself. Very cartoonish, very, very cute in this, I will say. Go to the side again right here. We have all the Kongs bunched together. We got, well, not all of them, we got Tiny, Diddy, and Chunky. And right here, sorry, I gotta flip it over for y'all. You got the Blast-O-Matic. I like the Blast-O-Matic. I think they should have kept that. But these are just small details. The real treat is on the back. Right here, at the very top, you will see the ice key from Banjo-Kazooie. Now, for those of you who don't know, in the beta build for Donkey Kong 64, there was a feature in the game where you were meant to hot swap the cartridge, take out one cartridge, put the other in real fast to unlock features in the other game. You're supposed to get the ice key to unlock a secret room. I believe it was in the Crystal Caves, I could be wrong, but this was seen in a German manual, which was obviously removed. Nintendo didn't like that idea too much, worried it could destroy the console, but Rareware didn't care, and you can even see that in the description on the back of the box. Play this game, not only do you need an expansion pack, but you also need a copy of Banjo-Kazooie to hot swap the cartridge, because fuck you. This gives you the ice key, which you need to beat the game. Join DK and his friends to stop K. Rool or whatever. You could tell that they did not give a flying hog about but of course the folks at Nintendo probably didn't like it all that much. Another thing they did not like was the use of real firearms in this game. Now, again, another thing with the beta build is that Donkey Kong's coconut gun was originally a shotgun, and Diddy's peanut guns were two pistols. And right here, you can actually see Diddy Kong with a pistol executing a Kremlin. I believe this is Critter. Would have been interesting to see. Looks like this was a cutscene. I would have liked to seen that, a little bit of a darker side of Diddy, but all in good fun. Nintendo wanted something a bit more family appropriate, but I don't think there's anything inappropriate about guns in video games. Some of the best video games in the world have guns in them. Like, what was that game? Is that Shadow the Hedgehog? He's got guns. That guy's cool as fuck. Moving on, we got a B, a Zinger, gawking at DK's dump truck of an ass. And right below that, we've got, tiny, tickling K. Rool's toes. Let's talk about K. Rool's feet and his swollen, big, juicy toes filled with pus for a little bit. This game was supposed to be way more freakish to appeal to the European audience. Now, Nintendo didn't like that too much. They understood the Europeans are a bit freakish. Yes, it's nice to tap into that market, but where these games really popped off was, in the Americas. And the Americas, were much more repressed, with dignity, if you will. And they just didn't like that. They really wanted this game to sell. They didn't want as many freakish things like DK's dump truck of an ass. Of course, this returned in the Donkey Kong Country cartoon, but it's really supposed to really pop out at you in this, so they had to get rid of that. And I don't blame Nintendo. I don't care much for the Europeans either, or their culture, history, people. But yeah, so this really beautiful piece of gaming history. This was found in a cave, actually. And this doesn't have a set value on it, but of course I would estimate it to be worth around $1 to $2 million. So it's a real treat to have this on the show. Anyway, that is our presentation of boxes. Again, this was Video Games Roadshow. I was your host, Vincent Games, and I hope to see you folks again on the next one. Peace out.
This was a Snorka Orca production. Thank you for watching.